Mahatma Gandhi born on 22nd October 1869 at Porbandar, Gujarat area. He married to Kasturbai in 1883. He went to study law in 1885 and passed the bar exam in 1891. He launched the non-cooperation movement in 1920 in India in response to Jallianwala Bagh massacre. He led the STALT March on 12th March 1930. It ended on 6th April 1931. This march was non-violent protest against British rule and taxation in India. In 1942, during the World War, he launched the Quit India movement and demanded an end to British rule in India. In 1891 to 1893, he worked as a lawyer in India, but he failed as a lawyer in India. In spring 1894, when he was in South Africa, he founded Natal Indian Congress in South Africa. In 1901, Gandhi returned to India to attend the conference of Indian National Congress. At that time, Mr. G.K. Gokhale introduced him to nationalist leaders of India. In May 25, 1950, he founded Satyagraha Ashram in India. In April 6, 1990, nationalists hold a hartal in the protest. Hartal means fasting, one day fasting and prayer in protest of Rowlatt Act. In April 13, 1919, Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened. It was conducted by General Dyer. He was the general of army, and under his leadership, British troops slaughtered Indian protesters in Jallianwala Bagh. August 1, 1920, Gandhi calls for a period of non-cooperation across India. March 10, 1922, Gandhi was arrested for sedition. In 1925, he became the president of Indian National Congress. February to August 1928, he conducted Bardoli protest. In January 1931, there was the first round table conference in Britain, but Gandhi was also invited, but he did not join. In autumn 1931, Gandhi participated in second round table conference in Britain. In 1935, Government of India Act passes. This was the first act which was the movement toward the independence of India. In September 39, World War II begins, and the World War II lasted till 1945. In March 22 in 1942, Cripps mission arrived in India, and they proposed for dominion status after the World War II to India. August 8, 1942, Indian National Congress reject Cripps proposal. The Cripps proposal, and INC said that it will grant its support to British war only in return for the independence. In August 1942, Gandhi was arrested and imprisoned in the Aga Khan Palace, Pune. In February 22nd, 1944, death of Kasturbai, wife of Mahatma Gandhi. In May 16, 1946, British Cabinet Mission publishes proposal for an Indian state without partition. Jinnah and Muslim League reject the proposal. Jinnah and Muslim League wanted to have a separate country. March 1947, Mountbatten arrives in India and hammers out agreement for independence of two countries and partition of the India. In August 15, 1947, India got an independence from the British rule, and as does partition to India into two countries, India and Pakistan. January 30, 1948, Gandhi was assassinated by Nathuram Vinayak Godse, a Hindu nationalist. Ideals of Gandhi were ahimsa, means non-violence, and satya, means truth. The important movement were in Gandhi's life were one of the important Champaran movement in 1917, Kheda movement in 1980, and Khilafat movement in 1920.